The battle continues, but the data suggests that nationwide we have passed the peak on new cases. Hopefully that will continue, and we will continue to make great progress.
Well, it's inevitable that there's going to be risk, and there's a possibility that you can see a resurgence in cases once we start going back to work. I think different parts of this nation are going to start slowly introducing activity on different timetables, and I think the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, is likely to be slower. I think you're likely to see activity in this region start up sometime late in April, maybe even into late in May, maybe even into June, while other parts of the country contemplate it sooner, probably early May, mid-May. Because different parts of the nation face different levels of risk. But in regions where there were large outbreaks and epidemic spread, you look at New York, you look at Miami, New Orleans, Chicago, Detroit, I think those cities are likely to go back later. I think you're likely to see activity start up probably sometime late May, maybe even into June. So they're likely to continue the social distancing much later than other parts of the country.
I don't think we're ready to open up. I think we need several indicators. The first indicator is we need new cases of COVID-19 in the areas that we're going to open to drop below about 20 per million population per day. We're not at that level in most parts of the country. Some parts of the country are or likely to be at that level, like the Seattle area. Second, we need an infrastructure, a testing infrastructure. You were just talking about the testing. We really need to be doing millions of tests a day. Right now, the CDC recommendations for doing tests are mainly focused on who to treat and who to tell that they have COVID-19. But if you want to actually open up the economy, you need to actually have a test that is looking to lock down the spread and prevent more spread of the disease. And that tests a different population. That tests frontline healthcare workers, frontline grocery workers, people with a lot of exposure to other people, people who might be what have been called super spreaders that happen to connect with lots of different people that may not know that they're infected. And that takes many more tests than just the 100,000 we're doing a day, roughly.
I mean, you can't have this kind of dislocation and expect people to bounce immediately. I mean, I'm in New York City. I know you guys are, or you're in the region here in New Jersey, New York. I mean, it's shut down. This is not going to turn on a dime. We're not going to get to June 1 or whatever, and suddenly everybody's back in the subways and back on the buses. It's going to take time. So by definition, I think we've got to get consumers back, to get small businesses back, to get everybody feeling like the world is stable again, that's going to take months. That's not going to take days. So your best case is some sort of U recovery. And I think, if I were a betting man, it's somewhere between a U and I guess an L. I think, through the end of next year, we're going to be working through this global recession.